how to grow on Twitch in 2022 from 0 to 15 average viewers. It's become incredibly challenging to grow and stand out on Twitch in recent years. In fact, in September 2021 alone, there were 8 million monthly active streamers. These days, you can't just turn on a stream and play a game and expect what worked for a streamer like Soda Poppin' or Pokimane back in 2013 to work for you. However, it's still possible to grow if you know what to do, and I will do my best to share that with you today. My name is Nick Daru. I'm a part-time Twitch streamer. This video will teach you how to grow from 0 to 15 viewers on twitch.television in 2022, which I would say is probably the most challenging part of the growth process. Now, that's not to say that it's easy to go from 15 to 30, but it's no surprise that most people can't even make it as far as I have. Not a flex, not a flex. Just saying, streamers like myself that hover around the average viewership that I have are in the top 2% of streamers on the platform. Now, I'm not a 10K Andy, but I've still experienced a lot of success on Twitch that I want to share what has and hasn't worked for me. In terms of numbers, I currently average around 15 average viewers on Twitch with around 1,000 followers. I've grown to 300 subs on YouTube, 300 members in Discord, and 28,000 followers on TikTok. What I really think is even more important than that, I believe the quality of content that I'm producing is on par with what many Twitch partners produce today. And with that, let's get started in talking about growing on Twitch. The video is split into 5 different sections: basics, making amazing content, growing your channel, retaining viewership, and our closing thoughts. So if you are interested in one of those things in particular, feel free to skip to that portion of the video. The first section is called basics. And again, let me remind everyone to please take notes. I'm gonna be rapid firing a ton of information, and it will be the best way for you to retain everything and take action on every single thing that I'm telling you today. The basics are gonna kind of cover things for people who haven't streamed before. In order to even get started streaming on Twitch, there's 4 things you need to have: hardware, software, a Twitch profile, and other social media websites. If you've already completed all these things, you can skip to the next section of the video. I don't have time to give you guides on everything independently, but I'll give you the most important things to consider for each one of these. There are hundreds of guides on YouTube for all of these. You just need to be willing to do the work to learn about them. For hardware, the most critical pieces are a computer that's powerful enough to both stream and game, a microphone, and a camera. And yes, there are several big streamers such as 5UP, Dream, Corpse that don't use cameras, and if you don't want to use one, that's totally fine. But what I will say is you aren't doing yourself any favors by choosing not to use one. It'll just make growing a bit more challenging, as it's a lot harder to engage with viewers when you're a smaller creator. It also limits some of the content you might be able to create as well. A nice alternative to a camera is VTubing, such as what CodeMiko and other streamers like that do. As far as if you're interested in using a webcam, a cheap webcam will do just fine, but what really makes a difference more than upgrading your camera is your lighting. Take a look at these pictures I took, one with the default lighting in my room. These have LED strips in the background, but what you'll notice is when I turn on front lights, it adds a lot more vibrance to the image. There are more details, my face and my hair and stuff. So adding lighting makes an absolutely huge difference when you're talking about webcams, especially when you have a USB camera, and it's going to improve the quality of your stream so much, and you don't even need a super fancy webcam like the one that I have. Front lights were $40 and the RGB were $20. Once you have some money, you can invest in some cool fun stuff like what we have back here. Something else I would recommend you upgrade is your microphone, from a traditional headset mic to at the very least a standalone USB microphone. There's a lot of options for extremely budget microphones that you can do some independent research on. My first was about $70, but you could actually go even cheaper if you need to. Keep in mind, you do not need top of the line technology to make it as a streamer. Example, the streamer Tubbo, who many of you know and love, literally uses a Logitech C922X Pro webcam. One of the biggest Minecraft content creators on twitch.television uses a Logitech C922 Pro stream webcam, doesn't even use a DSLR camera. Content will always and forever be critically more important than having a top of the line streaming setup, which we'll discuss more in the next section. For software, you'll need to learn the ins and outs of either OBS Studio or Streamlabs OBS. I would recommend the first one. You will need to set up widgets on your stream using a platform such as Streamlabs or Stream Elements, and make sure you do some research within your advanced computer audio settings so you understand how sound sources are routing in OBS and how loud each input is, so your microphone, your music, your Discord, your game, and your browser. You're gonna kind of need to pick up a bit of a technology savvy in order to make streaming something that you can realistically do just from a technology standpoint. And if that stuff isn't interesting to you, you're gonna find it a bit of a struggle when it comes to the terms of the physical ability to actually conduct and do a stream properly. And then the last thing, make sure your Twitch profile is set up properly. This includes your about me, your panels, schedule, profile picture. You don't want it to be a blank slate. You want to have things on there to tell people what you're about, have links to your social platform, some basic stuff. You guys can refer to my Twitch panel as an example of what I would recommend you include. Also, make sure you set up your related accounts for other social media platforms. At the bare minimum, I would recommend you set up Discord and either YouTube or TikTok, but ideally both. You can also use Reddit, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or others, depending on what your specific content niche is. Just do your best to keep the handles across each of your accounts as consistent as possible. Part 2, how to make amazing content. Now that we've got through the basics, this is the fun stuff. These days, you can't get away with just sitting in front of a desk and playing video games on Twitch. You need to be doing something different in order to stand out. Early adopters of Twitch were able to get away with this because there were less people streaming back in 2013 and the bar for content was a lot lower. But now you are competing with literally an average of 8 million streamers per month, and you will need to find a critical way to be different from the rest of them. Gary Vee said it best. If you want to be an anomaly, you have to act like one. I'm gonna read that one more time for everyone in the back. If you want to be an anomaly, you've got to act like one. You absolutely cannot be doing the same thing everyone else is doing on Twitch and expect to grow, because why would someone watch you over someone else? You need to be innovating. You need to be doing something different. You need to be standing out in some way. If you want to make this a career, if you want to grow, if you want to pursue this as a passion, you need to do something different. So here are some ideas that will get you thinking about how to stand out from someone casually playing a video game. Maybe you choose to speedrun a game, even if you're not very good at it. Maybe you set up or participate in a tournament in one of your favorite games. You could raise money for charity. You can do collaborative content with other Twitch streamers. Have a competition or race with one of your friends. Create a guide on a game that you have significant knowledge in. What's great about all these ideas is they not only make great content that will help you stand out, but they naturally lend themselves to being great video content for other social platforms. 3 other things that are insanely important when you're making content that people actually want to watch. The first is when you're live on Twitch, you need to talk a lot. If someone clicks on your stream and you're not saying anything for the first 10 seconds, it's likely that they're not going to stick around the stream and possibly ever come back. Although this isn't really what you want to hear, it's just kind of the reality of Twitch, because there's so many people you can watch. Someone wants to watch someone who is entertaining and engaging with people who are coming into their stream. You need to actively be reminding yourself during the entirety of your stream that you need to constantly be talking, even if no one is in your chat. Talk about your gameplay, tell a story, discuss a theory that you might have, share an opinion, tell about your day, literally anything just to keep talking. It is actually pretty tough to do and takes a lot of practice, but it's crucially important to getting people who come by to come stick into your stream. Honestly, if you think you're talking enough during your streams, you probably aren't. Even after improving my ability to do this over a few years of streaming, I still personally have room to improve. The second thing is having ways to engage your viewers in your stream. The most powerful way you can do this is if you're playing a game that can be played with viewers. Some examples being chess, Among Us, Roblox, Gartic Phone, Minecraft, Bomb Party, Bloons Tower Defense Battles. If you don't regularly play games that are accessible to play with viewers, I would suggest you try to incorporate a weekly or monthly session to play one of these games. That will be a powerful way to engage with people in your community. Other ways you can engage with people are using channel point predictions, channel point rewards, things such as questions of the day, games that have built-in mods for chat to control, and overlays on stream that people can interact with. There's also tons of other ways you can do this. The thing about Twitch is people can come to interact with streamers, and especially when you're a smaller streamer, you want to be able to do stuff with people who come into your stream. I want to do stuff with you guys. The third thing that's crucially important for making amazing content is planning your content. I would recommend having a specific plan for each and every stream and make sure people know what to expect for upcoming streams. Planning your streams gives more structure to your channel. It pushes you beyond just going live and playing whatever you feel like, and it pushes you more towards actually making real content. Put time into planning what you're actually going to do. Figure out what your viewers want to watch. If you don't have viewers yet, consider which viewers you want to attract to your channel and what types of things they would want to watch. The next section is all about growing your channel, and this is what you really came here for. How to grow on Twitch in 2022 from 0 to 15 average viewers. Let me emphasize that there is little point in doing anything in this section until you have taken the steps to improve your content from the previous section. No matter how many people you get to your stream, they will not stick around unless you have quality content. So here we go. The 4 best ways to grow, in my opinion. Number 1, organic discoverability on Twitch. It's extremely limited, but there are a few things you can do to take advantage of this and maximize what little you have to work with. Twitch is not a very organically discoverable platform. You don't get served to people necessarily, kind of like your videos could get served on YouTube or TikTok or another platform, but there are a couple things you can do to boost what little discoverability there is. I'm talking stream title, go live notifications, tags, and most importantly, which game you're choosing to play. I want to give you some examples of real stream titles that I found scrolling through Twitch. Just chilling on GTA 5, playing some Apex, Minecraft Sunday, boredom-dbd. If you can't tell, these are examples of bad titles. They don't stand out in any way or incentivize anyone to click on your stream. You want to consider titles like this: beating the game faster than X streamer, or I dye my hair, 24-hour stream to raise money for charity, or even something like playing with viewers is actually a pretty good stream title. You don't need to be doing stuff as extravagant as these like every single stream, but take into consideration how you can fluff up things that you're doing to make them more interesting for people to click on. Very specific, very deliberate. It's like a planned piece of content. You want to make it known what you're doing on the stream. Things that I would recommend not including in your stream description. Cozy. You may see a lot of larger streamers using cozy, which is totally fine once you get bigger. That's totally cool. But when you have something like cozy in your title, it typically attracts more lurkers, I would say, in your stream. And when you're a smaller creator, you typically want a more engaged chat. You also don't want to include things such as I'm so bad at this game, like self-deprecating types of titles. No one comes to Twitch to watch someone be really bad at a game, right? And same within your stream description. Like that's what you're telling people is your first impression of you, is just like, I'm bad at video games. Like that's your stream description. Like I see this all the time. And the last thing is I would not include the name of the game in your stream description. You only have so many characters that appear in your stream description before it gets cut off, and you want to maximize the amount of those characters you use to say something about yourself or about what you're doing. When you add the game name, it takes up characters and doesn't add any additional context because they already know what game you're playing. Like if they're scrolling down Roblox, you know you're playing Roblox. Instead of saying playing Roblox with friends, you could say challenging my friend to build a better boat in Roblox than me. Loser gifts winner a sub. I don't know, something like that. Like that's just so much better of a title. As far as your game selection, I strongly recommend avoiding any highly saturated games. Things like League of Legends, FORTNITE, Valorant, or Rocket League. Games like these just have so many streamers that there's virtually a 0% chance you will get discovered by someone scrolling through that category, and you probably aren't even getting served on someone's recommended feed. Instead, consider games with a high follower to viewer ratio, or games that allow you to play with viewers, or both, ideally. Games like Roblox, Bloons Tower Defense Battles, chess, Pokemon, Super Smash Bros, Hearthstone, Minecraft. These games all, what they have in common is they either have a really strong follower to viewer ratio, or they allow you to play with viewers or something like that. At the end of the day, you need to have fun streaming. So you should play the game that will be the most fun for you to play. Just understand that you will make it exceedingly more challenging for yourself if you're trying to grow as a creator, but you only play GTA 5, because you're just competing with so many more people instead of choosing a pond with less fish in it. Number 2, for growing your channel, recruit your friends and family to watch you. This is extremely important if you're trying to get affiliate. If you could literally get your best friend and like your mom to watch you and then create one alt account on Twitch and watch yourself, that is 3 average viewers right there, which already puts you in like the top 15% of Twitch. It doesn't necessarily mean they have to actively be watching the stream, just that they need to at least have your stream open and lurking. This is really valuable for a couple reasons. People are more likely to watch a stream that already has at least a few viewers in it, and you are now breaking out of the 0 to 2 viewer void on the game list. You rank so much higher in the organic listing of the game just from boosting 0 to 3 average viewers. If you don't believe me, go to any big game on Twitch and look at how many people stream to 0, 1, 2 viewers. Not saying that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just giving you a suggestion. You don't really have to do any of this. You don't have to get your family or your friends to watch you, but just know that it's going to be exceptionally harder to grow out of the beginning stages of streaming on Twitch if you choose not to do this. And what is the reason you don't want maybe your friends or your family to watch you? Are you not comfortable with them knowing that you stream, or do you think that your content's not good enough for them to want to watch? Because if you don't think they're gonna like what you're making, and these are people you already presumably know and who like you, then there is no shot you are gonna convince random people on the internet that they should be watching your stream. Make sure that you're confident with what you're putting out there. If you don't think what you're making is good enough, then you need to make something that's better. If you're not confident enough to stream to your own friends and family, then how can you be confident enough to stream to Joe Schmo on the internet? I know this is a lot of tough stuff to necessarily hear, but I want to be as brutally honest with you guys as possible. Number 3, make friends with other streamers. If you already have some streamer friends, play games with them. If you don't, then go out and make friends with some streamers. There are groups on Facebook and Reddit that have lots of streamers looking to play games with each other. There are also servers on Discord that help streamers meet new people and coordinate collaborations. Just remember a couple things. You can't force people to be your friends. It has to come naturally. Not everyone will get along with everyone else. Try to find people with similar goals, interests, and personalities, and specifically people who play the same games as you. People know if you are trying to befriend them. If you are just trying to farm them for exposure, views, or followers, do not do this. And please do not spam your links in public groups. Do not do follow for follow. Don't do anything scummy that you wouldn't want someone to do to you or within your community. You want to grow because you are a cool person and you make awesome content, not because you just want other people to follow you because you follow them. No one owes you anything. Number 4, social media, possibly the most important of the 4. The most powerful platforms in terms of both discoverability and conversion are YouTube and TikTok. YouTube is discoverable because it has a searchable algorithm, and if you make a high quality video, it can get served to a large audience even if you have a small following. Similarly with TikTok, small creators can go viral if you understand what the app wants. Consider looking at what other gaming creators on the platform are doing and try to create similar content. I can create an entirely separate video on TikTok if people are interested. It's the platform that's given me personally the most success in 2021. The benefit of TikTok is that you can spend a lot less time on videos and they can go extremely viral if you create the right content. However, the benefit of YouTube is that although it's a bit more work, there's a lot higher chance of converting someone from YouTube to Twitch because you're hooking people on longer form video content. I recommend using both, and there will be other social media platforms that we'll talk about in the next section. This next section is called retaining viewership. Keeping viewers coming back to your stream is just as important as getting new viewers. In fact, retaining new viewers that come in is how you will actually experience growth over time. Something we learned in business school when I was in college is that it's significantly more challenging to get a new customer into your shop than it is to get an existing customer to return. The same goes for Twitch streaming. It's a lot easier to get someone who came to your stream to come back than it is to get a new viewer. Don't neglect the people who are constantly coming into your streams, as they're going to be important factors as to why you succeed. A lot of streamers just focus on getting more people to come, and they don't really consider people they have that are important. So how do you retain viewers? One is consistency with the game you're playing and the times that you stream. I'm a variety streamer, and I actually notice it has provided challenges with my overall growth. When people follow me for one game and return to see me live with another game during the next stream, it's more likely they won't stick around for the long term. They might not come back to a future stream if we're not playing the same game we originally came there for. Because of this, I almost have different audiences for different games I play on stream, but can't always cross-pollinate certain viewers between other games that I play. My recommendation, consider sticking to a single game if possible, or at least staying in a particular genre of games. Something like shooters, strategy games, sports games, roguelike games, or just chatting, something of the sort. Try to be consistent in what you're doing on Twitch. You also want to be live consistently at the same times every single week if possible. I've been live on my Twitch channel every single Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern time for the last literally 16 months consistently. At this point, it's my mantra, and a lot of people here remember it. I would suggest picking between 2 and 4 days a week and streaming for about 2 to 4 hours during each of those sessions consistently. You can do more if you want to, but I would suggest you at least commit to those particular specific times and dates. Think about it like a television show. If people know their favorite show is live every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern time, they're more likely to tune in and watch it. If a show is just live at random times of the day and week, then who knows when it's going to be on and how are they going to know when to tune in to watch it? Now, the best social platform for retaining viewership by far is Discord. That is right. This platform is amazing. It is a place where everyone in your community can connect offline and hang out. It's a hub for communicating when playing games together. It's a notification center to broadcast when your upcoming content is and let people know when you're live. It's a networking platform to connect with other streamers. It is so many things, and it is a great platform for retaining people. Discord is probably the social platform that I shill for the most when I'm live because it is critical in getting people to come back to watch more streams. It's the best way for people to get notifications for things and to talk with people and to answer people's questions and to figure out what type of content people want us to do and to promote posters and talk about stuff and link things and all sorts of stuff. The other great platform to consider for retention is Twitter. It's a bit more consolidated and more public facing. Twitter gives you the opportunity to push public conversations and connect with new people and talk about your content. Another way to retain viewership is to market your future events, which relates back to planning your content. I know many streamers do not plan their content in advance, but this is a mistake. You need to give people something to look forward to so they know what they can expect to come back for. Personally, I do this by creating a content calendar every month and then also making promo posters for specific big events that I host. Now, you don't have to do something as elaborate as what I do, but at least consider making a call out if you have something cool coming up that you want people to check out. You guys always see me go into these other promo posters like, hey, we're doing How to Grow on Twitch, and then also we have Among Us happening, and oh, there's a Super Auto Pets tournament and a Marbles thing and a Nuzlocke, and oh, then we have the chat command stream and the stock stream, the New Year's Eve thing, and yada yada yada. So there's a reason I do this. It's so people know what they can expect to come back for, and it gets people excited for those types of events. Make sure you plug your upcoming events, and also make sure you plug your socials when you're live on Twitch. Don't just use your socials to plug your Twitch. You should also use Twitch as a platform to grow your other socials. I try to make a personal call out at least once per hour or so on stream to get people to follow my socials, specifically Discord. You could even do something such as writing a tweet live on stream, which may get you a couple new followers. And finally, one of the best things you can do for your stream, go back and watch your VODs. I guarantee when you do this, it will be such an eye-opener. You will see so many things that you're probably doing wrong, and over time, you will learn how to correct your performance. At the end of the day, no one else is going to hold you accountable to grow except for yourself. Watch your VODs and really ask yourself, if I was someone else, would I watch this stream? Is this the type of content a top 0.01% broadcaster would make? Hold yourself to high standards, and I guarantee you won't regret it. And the final section of our video, closing thoughts. I could actually make an entire video about like every single thing that we talked about in this video. In fact, if there's something specifically that you want me to make another video about, please let me know in the comments down below. I can guarantee you that growing on Twitch is 99% skill and very little luck. So don't get tricked into thinking that it's beyond your control, or that if you grind for hours and hours, you'll eventually get there. There's no shortcut to getting big on Twitch. No one owes you, me, or anyone else viewers. You need to earn everything by working extraordinarily hard. However, if you do all of these things I'm recommending, which, let's be honest, I'm sure most of you won't, then your chances of growing will skyrocket. If this video inspired even just one person to try streaming or to do something different, then I would consider this video a win, and that's all I could really ask for. And that is how to grow on Twitch in 2022 from 0 to 15 average viewers. Stay classy, everyone. That's it. That's the video. Boom, baby.